very brief tutorial covers how to add comments to posts that students have added to a thread. We are now at the phase of this board where we are ready to return to the discussion board on the day 3 of the week of the assignment to add comments to other students. And the way we see the number of choices that we have for response, we click literally these words, and that shows us the list of posts. Right now it's kind of sad because it's just my post. I tell you what, just for fun, let's look at a class from the past. These students all posted their choices. Not all of them put their titles, and they needed to, but look over here at the total number of posts. Some of these students replied lots of posts, but you can see everybody received a response, at least one. Now let's say I wanted to respond to one of them, and let's practice that together. Even though this class is long gone, we can go ahead and practice this together. Let's pick one. Let's pick this one. I would go in and I would listen to her selection, and I would agree that I really like this song because emotionally it makes me feel something. I can't just write, yeah, sure, nobody can use that in an essay. So I'm going to click reply, and I'm going to add my opinion. When I click reply, it brings up a text box for me, and I can put in the required information. I'll show you how. So I added my thoughts. First, I gave permission for this student to use my quote if they choose. They don't have to, but they might if they wanted to, for that part of the paragraph that requires an interview or someone else's opinion. And I put my opinion in quotes so that the student can easily copy this, paste it into their own notepad, and use it if they so choose. Remember, when you come back to the discussion board on Wednesday of that first week of the assignment, and this board only lasts a week, so there's no dilly-dallying, you need to get this done. Make sure that everybody gets a post. You know how I am. Everybody is a little person, and they deserve to have responses to their ideas. When you finish the required number of responses, which is 3, you may decide that you want to get excited and go back and give lots of opinions to other students on the list. I think that's a really nice thing to do. I think it means a lot to people to have somebody respond to them, and I don't think there's a worse feeling than going into a discussion board and not having anybody respond to your posts. So let's make sure that everybody gets a comment. It makes you feel good, it makes them feel good, and do as many as you like, but remember, 3 are required. Later, at the end of week 2, after you've discussed submitted your paragraph, come back to this discussion board, go back to your original thread, and you can click reply on your own thread, and go ahead and post that final paragraph that you wrote so that you can show other people how your final masterpiece turned out. And it's cool when you see a quote that you created in somebody else's work. It's really nice. So make sure that you do that. Also, if you use somebody's quote, remember that you need to cite that in EasyBib. Want me to show you that real quick? Okay, I will. I'm in EasyBib. Here's my project. So far, I already have some citations for this particular paragraph that I'm writing. But when I want to add an interview, and that's somebody's quote that indicated that quote in the discussion board, I'm going to go in here to all 59 options. I'm going to go to interview, and I'm going to fill in the boxes. And this quote that I'm using came from June Cleaver, so I'm going to fill that out. I'll be right back. For this assignment, for this course, to cite that interview, I don't need to do any more than this. This is her name. It was an interview title. And I can either do interviewer, which would be me, or interviewee me, which would be June. And I'm just going to go ahead and put June as the interviewee. And all I need, it was published in an online database, which is our course. And then I just put the date that she published that review of my choice. Create the citation, and there it is. That's simple. Super, super simple. And of course, we remember that when it's all said and done, the whole paragraph is written, everything's all completed, I'm going to select all, export, print as a Word doc, download for MS Word, wait for it to open up in the tray, and presto, there it is. My Works Cited page, all in perfect format. Yes? That concludes this tutorial on how to post remarks in the Week 2 Beginning Research My Music discussion board posts.